Okay, so very good evening. After a long time, good to be live and talk to the subscribers. So I will wait until somebody is watching me live because it has been a big gap. I understand due to several issues on my health, etc., that I have not been able to come online. So let us wait. Let me wait for some time until someone is on. So I actually came online in order to, answer a few questions to know that if somebody has anything to discuss regarding physics or mathematics. So if you can just put in your comment and let me know who is watching me right now online, it would be great because I used to come online very frequently. Then there was a change in my schedule. I have to go out, travel, and I have to make certain videos for some other purposes also. So I just thought to come online. And if you have any question, anything you really want to ask me regarding your career, books, mathematics, physics, problems, solutions, you can ask me. Okay, Prashant Mishra. Yeah, very good evening, Prashant. How are you doing? I just came, online without any preparation, no schedule, nothing is there. So I just wanted to say hello to everybody. It has been a long time since I've interacted with my subscribers, and it doesn't look good actually. So I went through a very very bad time. Yeah, thank you. I went through I mean to say still going on with a very bad conditions of my health. I don't know what happened, but still I managed to make videos on physics and mathematics. So there was a problem. Somebody told there is a kidney stone. There was a urinary problem, huge burning sensation while going to a toilet. A CT scan got no kidney, prostate was okay, urine infection was okay, urinary bladder tract, everything is fine. But there was a immense, incredible pain on while I was going to the toilet. So somehow I is okay. The left eye, all that Professor Narayan Banerjee, since then still slowly atropine drop is coming down. So that haziness part has slowly calmed down. But anyway, I mean to say, just to this, we are like a family, isn't it, Prashant, and other subscribers, four of you who are watching. So it is just like a family, and I really don't want to disconnect from the family. But what happens is that I really always don't have a plan that I will be talking on this, that, etc. But the good part is that what I'm planning, I will just tell you, is that I am planning to make a series of videos on certain examination questions and answers. And I find that special theory of relativity, solid state physics, atomic physics, and some part of calculus is something which is very much required. And there are difficult questions which are given in BSc and MSc examination. So I'm planning to get hold some good books because internet in this regard, I see, sir, I have a problem. Whenever I study physics, I see that when I read books, I just go on reading the book, but unable to think much over the text which is written. Okay, this is a visualization problem, Prashant. So what you need to do, this is a very good problem. I mean to say, you keep on going without imagining. So what I would say that what you are doing, Prashant, I understand that you are reading too much. Okay, don't do that. Try to read one paragraph of the book and then try to understand and draw sketches that what you have learned, if it is electric magnetism, polarization of light, lines of electric current or force, try to draw them on your hand. Don't worry if it is not a good drawing. We are not artists like Vincent van Gogh, right? We really don't mind, but draw them on the paper. See, I will tell you, you all know that I make videos, but I don't have, that is in my father's room, I would have shown you. I still used to draw sketches, which are very bad in order to look at, but these sketches actually help me to get a flow of the program or the video that I'm going to make. Roy Chaudhary equation, if you remember, Professor Narayan came and talked. That is a very difficult kind of a understanding. I also went a little bit puzzled of this family of trajectories, etc. But if you draw those lines, Prashant, I think you will get a success. Don't think, don't try to imagine, take a pen and a paper and draw whatever. However bad it is, just draw it. So that would overcome this problem. I think if you practice that, I pray to God that you remain healthy throughout your life. Yeah, I also feel that. But human body, I am also aging 40 plus, so things will complicate, that is true. But you have seen that when I went to this Orissa Golden Beach, I also made some videos. And it is good that this ocean actually teaches us a lot of things. It teaches us what is an amplitude, what is a wavelength. And I really felt at that moment that I would have got my students from the college on that vacation, then I would have probably taught them wave mechanics better. Now I understand that is not always possible, but I try to make a good use. And there's a surprise poetry coming on in a YouTube shorts, Prashant and to others. I also try to write few lines of poetry sitting beside the ocean, and I've made a YouTube shorts on that. So whenever I am out there, I'm planning next to go to the hills. So let me see how hills can connect with physics and mathematics. But everywhere, wherever you see creation, wherever you see God's touch of creating, you will always find science and physics. And it is a matter of time. It is a matter that how we actually look into it. So Prashant's problem, I think you do it for 6-7 days, and by next week again I will be coming online, because tomorrow again I have got 3 hours of PhD defense, 3 hours, 2 to 5 o'clock. Three students on PhD will be presenting the paper. I am in the defense committee. So I really feel, Prashant, sometimes that I leave my job and everything and only concentrate on making videos and talking to you people. But college syllabus does not allow me to think, and I want to think, but it is a lot of time in less into how can I tackle it? No, there is no solution, Prashant. College syllabus will be there, college studies will be there. Along with that, all those thinking, and after thinking, more thinking will come. You cannot compromise college studies, because that is the path, that is the career which is going to give you bread and butter. Everybody does that. Even all those stalwarts like Niels Bohr, Einstein, they all completed their college studies, and they did much better than all of us, right? So don't think that these college studies are disturbing. No, they are not at all disturbing. They are helping you to think in a proper manner. You have to think something else. So don't worry on that. It will be done. So what I was telling is that this my other channel, General Relativity Explained, although I'm the father of that channel, that son of mine is crying. He's telling, Father, you don't give me attention. I started advanced physics at 60, 5 years ago. Yeah. So this is another, you see, Prashant, his highness is from Ottawa, Canada, and he started learning advanced physics at the age of 60. I mean to say 5 years back when he was 55. So, so this is a classic example that age is not a bar. You can learn physics and mathematics at any point of time. I think that this is one of the greatest example from Canada that he is started learning advanced. And believe me, when I am growing, he is senior than me. Each day I'm learning. Each day I'm learning, not only physics. I don't know, His Highness, if you have watched the recent video on special theory of relativity. I started the poem using Ulysses by Tennyson, that he says that it little profits the idle king. He says that I will drink my life to the lees, isn't it? That means, lees means what? The wine that is left over, the last drop of wine. So I will drink that also. So Tennyson says that I do not think life has been very bad or life is frustrated. I will drink the life to the lees. And based on that, I started the a special relativity video telling that we are always learning. So if this person can start learning physics at the age of 60, which is age when we think that our brains are not working, we are growing old, then why don't you do that? This is one of the biggest example from Canada this gentleman has got. So just one more thing, I am preparing for jam and jest, and I want to go to IISc. Okay, sir, I want your guidance. How can I prepare for the interview of IISc? Can you make a dedicated video on that, sir? Yeah, I can definitely make a dedicated video, Prashant, but I am not very much aware about the syllabus part. So if you give me any link, anything which is related to the IISc syllabus, so you now need to tell me what kind of video. One is an attitude oriented video. I will just tell you. So Prashant, introduce yourself. So why do you think why do you really love physics? What is that you? So these are mind games. You understand? These questions are also asked. Another is technical question like thermodynamics, relativity, quantum mechanics, etc. So you need to tell me, because I am educated in a different kind of a educational background. My studies goes in different. This recent times I am not attached too much to IISc, but my studies are a little bit different. I help mostly international students, Thailand, Japan, Malaysia, Singapore, part of Kuwait. I mentored them, trained them, talked to them on physics, mathematics, interview thing. So my area is little bit different way. So here, typically Indian, Bengal, Calcutta, Hyderabad, these things really doesn't match. You need to understand that. I never told me about my personal life, but I deal with many other things, many things. Currently, I'm working with a school in Thailand. So their outlook is different. So I have to do a lot of. So if you help me with that, I will definitely help you. My job is to help, right? Whatever I can. Physics are good for the last job, yes. So this is the thing. So if you read literature also, I think you will learn physics more. Nowadays, people don't. I know, I can tell you, Prashant, and to his highness, that in our days, good physics teacher were good people who learned literature also. There are Tennyson, Thomas Hardy, D.H. Lawrence, I would say even Iliad and Odyssey by Homer. My favorite author, currently I am reading a book which is in the other room, that is called The Razor's Edge by Somerset Maugham. I read Of Human Bondage. I've read a lot of literature, to be very honest with you, starting from Hardy, starting from Dickens, starting from even Alchemist by Paolo Coelho. And I can tell you this much, that earlier in our college and university days, good physics, good mathematics teacher were also good readers of Shakespeare and Othello and Macbeth, and they used to quote lines. I miss those days, because nowadays those who are physics buff, they call, spiritualism, Mani Bhaumik. Yeah, I think the name of the book is Code Name God, Dhruba. It is called Code Name God. Yes, Mani Bhaumik, I have also read that book, that one, The Code Name God. You see, recently I posted Isaac Asimov. My father educated me, and he's still reading Foundation and Earth. Aldous Huxley, most importantly. How many of you have really read Aldous Huxley? The Island, The Chrome Yellow, all those books. I mean to say, Namaste, Karan. So I mean to say, see, the things is that I'm not blaming you that you are not reading, but I'm saying that reading is important, even other than physics. Have you read this book? What is this? Physics and Philosophy by Erwin Schrödinger. Must read it. Must read it. Physics and Philosophy. If I get a soft copy, I will email you. Just contact me in my WhatsApp. I mean to say, your learning in physics and mathematics is even better if you read literature, because that is the way you really express yourself. I read a lot of literature, believe me. Apart, you think that Shaunak sir is only into topology and differential geometry? No, I am not. I am very much into literature. I read three types of literature: English primarily. I read Hindi. There are a lot of Hindi literature of Harivansh Rai Bachchan, things like Madhushala and Madhubala, Premchand, etc. And me and my wife's favorite is Urdu. I cannot show you this one. That entire rack on the top is full of Urdu poetries. Mirza Ghalib, starting Bahadur Shah Zafar, Mir Taqi Mir, and then we read Nida Fazli, Ahmed Faraz, then this person, what do you call, uh, uh, this famous person, what is his name? Mujhse pehli si mohabbat mere mehboob namang, forgot the name. Uh, just a second. He's very famous from Pakistan. Uh, forgot the name. मुझसे पहली सी मोहब्बत मेरी महबूब न मांग, मुझसे पहली सी. हाँ, this is by, who is this author? Faiz Ahmad Faiz. Faiz Ahmad Faiz. Yeah, it is good to study philosophy. Absolutely. Oh, you also do poetry. Great. Yeah. So, what is your option? Can we study philosophy with physics? Yes, it's a very good question. Who is this? Tanishq Arya. Okay, yeah, you can study physics with philosophy, Tanishq. In that case, you have to first start with the classical philosophy. You read, okay, hold on for a second. I will bring this book. It's a good time to talk to you all. This book I would recommend, Descartes' Discourses on Method and Related Writings. This is a very good book. You can read Meditations and Other Metaphysical Writings. This is part number 1. This is very much physics and philosophy, Tanishq. Okay, if you go through the book, I will show you the this one, Letter of Dedication to the Sorbonne, Preface to the Reader, right? You can see this. It is out of focus, right? You can see the yellow mark, so it has gone gray. So this is a very good book where Descartes first introduced the concept of motion, inertia, etc. prior to Newton, remember. So this is a very good book. This is a nice book. Rene Descartes, Meditations. And meditations mean not that meditation sitting like a monk. Meditation means thinking, mind power, Meditations and Other Metaphysical Writings. Then you should read Discourses on Method and Related Writing. This is a book which talks more about inertia, again, physics, mathematics, etc. Right? This is one book. Also, it is just was there. This is a very good literary book. I think Ottawa would agree to me. This one, The Divine Comedy by Dante. Okay, volume 1. I've got the volume 2 part also. Just drinking coffee. So this is another book. It is definitely in Italian, which is being translated. So anybody who knows Italian will be very highly happy to get this. This is a very philosophical poem. Okay. So there are a lot of books. So Tanishq, to answer your question, if you really want to go slow and start with that, you should start with Socrates. You start with Plato. Don't go with Kant's metaphysical writings. They're too difficult and too complicated. I also have notes in that other room with Kant's. This is called A Critic of Pure Reason. You know, there's a story that tells that when Kant gave that book, Critic of Pure Reason, to his friend, after reading, threw that book to him, and he told that this is absolutely a nonsense rubbish because he cannot understand. Right? Then you can go with Bertrand Russell and many other modern poems. But if you really want to go physics with philosophy, then you have to read Werner Heisenberg. You have to read Einstein's some of the selected letters, because in many of his letters, Einstein has reflected a lot of philosophy. You can go, if you know Bengali, then you can go with Rabindranath Tagore, because most of his songs and poems, all the people don't understand that it is very much related to cosmology, Big Bang, and philosophy and physics. I talked screenshots. I don't understand. Screenshots means what? So yes, physics and philosophy at some point of time is very Gitanjali. Yes, yeah, but Gitanjali, again, you have to talk to me. I am not boasting, but you have to really talk to me, because you have to understand what Tagore is telling in terms of physics. You remember that class when we talked about Vedanta, the Sanskrit shlokas and physics. So that was the way my Maharaja taught me physics and Gita and Upanishad. But I am very sure that none much of you are not being taught like that. You read Gita as a holy thing. You wash, you wear a new clothes, and then you sit in Padmashan, and then you read Gita. But Gita is not like that. It is a book of physics. It is a book of mathematics. It's a book of science. Same with Upanishads also. So if you talk of the Western philosophy, then it will start with Kant and David Hume and John Locke and Socrates and Aristotle, etc. Aristotle would be a lot into physics. Descartes is a lot into physics. Einstein's letter speaks a lot of physics. Heisenberg would talk about physics. Wait, I will give you a very important link where you can now relate, because you're talking of physics and philosophy, which is one of my favorite subject. This was done years back, right? So but you can still go. I don't know whether you will enjoy it or not. I have given this one. This is a podcast on the interpretation of Rabindranath Tagore and Einstein's talk. Right? I have given this. You can just copy and paste that. There are 3-4 talks which I have interpreted, detailed physics and philosophy. I have taken Heisenberg's examples, lot of other things. Sir, I have mathematical principles of natural philosophy, right? Book English copy, physical form of Newton, but I'm struggling to understand from starting itself. I don't know what I want to do. No, I mean to say, can I get your name, please, if you can just put it up. So you are doing the wrong thing. You should not be going with the principles of natural philosophy right now, because that is a very formal book of physics. First get hold of the general physics and then go into it. These are mathematical formalism, what is momentum, etc., and that was done in a very cryptic language back almost 500-600 years back, and it was in Latin also. So I won't recommend you that. Okay, bringing to the podcast part. Okay, I want to tell you that I will make a video by 1 or 2 days, that on the 30th of March, there is Professor Shivesh Kumar. He is more of a Professor Shivesh Kumar. He is more of an educator. Uh, he is more of an educator in cosmology. So I will be having a podcast on him on the 30th of March, Saturday, 8 p.m. on my channel. And he would talk basically on how to make your career in cosmology, which university to go, where to go, what study to do, how much amount of marks you have to get. So he's basically again an educator. I'm telling you upfront, because in front of him I won't be able to tell, because he's an honorable guest. He is not a person what Durgadas Mukhopadhyay is telling. Please bring back Soumitra sir. Definitely, Mr. Durgadas. That is my interest also. He's a tremendous person. I have already requested. He told me yes, but problem was that a few days back his wife was suffering from a kidney stone. He was in a very bad condition. I think she got operated, but I tried to call up. He did not respond, and that is not a good news. So let me talk to him. I will get back surely. So this person is an educator, and he wants to talk how to build up a career in cosmology and astrophysics. What are the things that you need to do? It's a good thing. I think there are many people who are willing to become a cosmologist, who wants to go into physics, right? So always people like Soumitra sir, people like this what you called Professor Shantan. Yes, definitely what Durgadas is telling, that this is true. They are real scientist people. But sometimes, Mr. Durgadas, as you understand, that sometimes people who are not scientists also do contribute a lot. For example, me. So I mean to say that these educators will give us a proper guide to do mathematics in a proper way, or do or channelize that. So I'm trying to do that also, and I am hopeful. My health is going okay, touch wood, pray to God for me, that on the last day, that is probably 31st of March, that is the last day, which is a Sunday, I will be back again with my free webinar on general relativity, which has been missing for last 2-3 months. I know, because I was also working, and this time again it will be different, because here I would be speaking not more about differential geometry, but little bit about singularity, black holes, and Roy Choudhury equation. Together I will make up a different kind of a video on general relativity. Sir, why new generation is more going towards engineering like C's, but not to make the career in basic science? Yes, very good question. Just be on the line. There are two reasons, Tanishq, that you have asked a very pertinent question. The first reason is that this generation and this era that we are going is an era of fastness, of speed, of more getting things done easily. And engineering is one of the criteria. People actually wants to see whatever we are learning right now. Say, for example, I am talking, sitting here in my home, and I want to say that what will I get if I talk to Tanishq or Durga Das? What is the output? So I see no output, for example. I see output, but maybe others. So engineering is the fastest growth, which gives the highest revenue. Remember that. No other, I mean to say, no other consultancy, nothing can give so much of revenue which an engineering discipline does. So number one, this is an era of fast. So you grow fast, you earn fast. And that is the reason, Tanishq, what I would like to tell you. Just a second, okay. So, and that is the reason you see, I was just citing that you don't read Thomas Hardy, you don't need Charles Dickens, you don't read English literature, you haven't read Shakespeare, you haven't read Hamlet, Othello, you don't know who is Julius Caesar and who was Brutus. I mean to say, for example. And the reason is that only that they don't have the time. Who will read a 300-page Anna Karenina? Who will read a 1,000-page Tolstoy's War and Peace? No. We need fast things like Chetan Bhagat. I'm not cursing anybody. Like Jhumpa Lahiri, where a little bit of masla and addition of woman and sex and indulgence of extramarital affair, this gives a little bit of pleasure and a little bit of knowledge. A quick book around 150, 200 pages, things are done. But that is not always. There are people in our generation who are doing a lot of things. Sorry for my language, because I see in that way. So engineering gives you the fastest way. Now, basic science means what? You have to take a lot of pain, number one. Secondly, all the cities, all the places, Tanishq, in India are not as privileged as you and me are. That means for 5 years, his or her father has to provide fund, money, etc., that you will do research. Who will do that? Do you think the villages, they do that? Do you think the other areas of India, they do have the money? They don't have. So they are paying their tuition fees in order to quickly get a job and repay back the loan. In my college, etc., I see that 30,000 rupees is a big amount for them. And they tell me, sir, I'm doing 30,000 rupees for this AI course or etc. Assure me that I get a job. And you're talking of basic science. Don't take me wrong. I'm just telling you. So basic science will be lost, not either way. But I can tell you, when I talk to educators around US, UK, they tell me that they tell me, Sean. So they tell me, Sean, India is much better theoretically than experimentally. So all the talents which goes around the world are from India. Are you getting my point, Tanishq? If you can please respond. So the main brain, or talking of the pure mathematics, comes from India. Theoretical part, the best brains. But US, UK, the Westerners, they do survive. Why? Because there is a lot of money to do experimentation. I do a calculation of black hole, but I don't have the telescope to watch a black hole or a galaxy. You got the difference. So that is why basic science, yeah, thank you. So that is why basic science is disappearing, and it would slowly. But there will be very few people who would cling to the basic science. Just like literature, there will be people who would still read Tagore, who will still read Harivansh Rai Bachchan, who will still read Thomas Hardy, who will still read Dickens and quote lines from there. But the amount is less. And I think, Tanishq, that it is a good news for us. Because if everybody does basic science, then how you are going to survive? Then the competition will be high. So as Bhagavad Gita tells, and everything tells, that everything happens is for goodness. So if the number of students in basic science is decreasing, Tanishq and Karan and others, it is good news. Because if you are good in basic science, go ahead. The competition will be less. But if people like me and many other and 20 and 100 others are in basic science, people won't be able to survive because the competition is high. So let people do engineering, and those people who are doing basic science will continue basic science. They won't ever come into engineering. That is the basic idea. This line in Gita, which I remember, tells that Sarva Bhuta Sthamatmanang Sarva Bhutani Chatmani Ikshate Yog Yuktatma Sarvatra Samadarshana. That means a yogi, for example, a scientist, for example, you, Tanishq. Yogi means somebody who concentrates. It is not that a yogi has to go to the mountains and have to be naked and sit and worship God. No, yogi means yog in Sanskrit means assimilation, addition of things, yog. So sarva bhutas thamatmana, sarva bhutani chatmani. So a yogi sees everything equal. Ikshate yog yuktatma sarvatra samadarshana. Iksha means somebody who sees, perceives in his own eyes. Ikshate yog yuktatma. Yog means to concentrate, to assimilate things. Sarvatra Samadarshana. Everybody is doing the same. So let the rest of the people do whatever it is. If you're good in basic science, why don't you go ahead? Why do you worry about others? It is good that people are concentrating in engineering, and there will be less research in black holes and cosmology and astrophysics, and we people will get a better chance. Don't you think so? Right. Karan Nalwat, what is mathematical physics, not mathematical methods of physics? What is the most efficient way of studying physics? Yeah, mathematical physics in the sense, the part of the physics which uses predominantly mathematics and mathematical modeling. I will talk that about later. I can talk a lot about that. Talks about creating certain models of mathematics to predominantly describe the occurrences in the nature which generally happens around us, but we want to create a model, and that model will describe a example of mathematical physics. So that is what it is. And I cannot tell you how do you study physics. Pick up the book, talk to me, do your sums, and you will be done with the physics. That is the simplest example, right? Say, I mean to say, for example, Karan, the general differential equations, right, are generally viewed as purely mathematical disciplines, right? But again, if you take Hamiltonian mechanics, or say, for example, Lagrangian, they belong to mathematical physics. In this way, things happen. So anyway, sir, currently I am studying in IISER, Thiruvananthapuram. Oh, that's great. But sometimes I feel, will I fulfill my parents' wishes? Now, the question is that what are your parents' wishes? Do they want to become you an engineer, a money maker who will create a lot of money? Now, my question is that are you fulfilling your parents' wishes, or are you pursuing your own wishes? IISER Thiruvananthapuram is a wonderful place. Question is that what are your parents' wishes? Muhammad Bilal Malik, does physics mean having good command on numerical problems? No. Physics does not mean that you have a command on numerical problems. In order to understand physics, you need to have a command on numerical problems. So, Muhammad Bilal, as I always tell, that it is always better that you come from a pure mathematics back to physics, not from physics you go back to mathematics. So don't fear, Mohammed. I would say if you really don't have a good hold of the numerical problems, you can develop. This is nothing impossible. You can develop that. You can do that. Only thing is that you really have to practice. But if you have a base which is pure mathematics, coming back to physics become easy. But even without that, you can do physics. So it is not that you have to have a good command on numerical problems. You have to get a logical brain, be curious, and you will understand things. Sir, I am class 10 Kolkata, is getting less marks in school for silly mistakes in physics. Can I have physics in high course? Though my concepts are clear. Ritam Praharaj. Ritam, I can tell you that most the best scientists and the best talented people always failed in their classes, including me. Okay. So if you're doing a silly mistake, that is not an issue. Concentrate hard, go slow, Rhythm. I would say the best way to overcome silly mistake is that whatever you're doing in 5 minutes time, do it in 15 minutes time. Take my advice, this old man's advice, you will succeed in life. The time that you're taking, Rhythm, to do one sums, triple it. If it is 5 minutes, initially make it 15 minutes. And I think that what I told in my earlier videos also, yes, here it is. Einstein had trouble with his mathematics too. So who are you? Ritam, don't worry. So in class 10, you are in Kolkata. No problem if you're making silly mistakes. Try to take more time. Number one. Advice number two is that throw away your mobile from the room where you're doing mathematics. I repeat it, Ritam. Throw away your mobile phone from the room where you are doing mathematics. If you're doing your mathematics here, then your phone should not be in that room. As simple as that. And be honest to you and don't keep that phone with you. You're done with 1 hour of study, get back to phone. In a recent talk with Swami Sarvapriyanandaji, the Reverend Maharaja, President of New York Vedanta Society, evident report from US and UK shows how much of mobile phone, not addiction, keeping mobile phone near has reduced the marks in terms of study, and those who kept away their mobile phone, how well they have done it. Ritam, I can tell you, you are very young. I think you are just the age of my daughter. You won't be able to understand what damage it is causing. Whatever logic you give, whatever the way you try to convince, I am not going to get convinced. Please, please throw away the mobile phone, give it to somebody else in the room that you are doing. The phone should not be within that vicinity, within that room. As simple as that. If you are doing 2 hours study, Ritam, your phone for 2 hours should not be with you. Try this out and let me know in the next week. I will go with your decisions. Yeah. Don't take me wrong, because as a teacher, I sometimes become very strong and very, aggressive. Sir, what procedure we have to follow in order to gain command on mathematical derivations in physics? No, Muhammad, there is no procedure. Again, this is a very wrong thing which Muhammad has asked. Maybe Ritam, you can listen because you are just in class 10. This is the problem. What Muhammad is asking, this is a very big problem. What is the procedure? There is no procedure. There is no capsule which will come and you drink and you take it and you will be done. No, there is no procedure. The only procedure is perseverance, persistence, and doing and practicing. It sounds bad, Muhammad. You don't have to listen to me. But that is the fact which nobody tells. All these tutorial centers, etc., they bank upon, I will give you a procedure. I will tell you a way. Yes, there are shortcuts, there are ways, there are good books. But in order to gain a command in mathematical derivation, it is internal. It comes from within. It comes from the spirit. It comes from within the soul. And that takes years and years of practice. I think Ottawa will agree to me, His Highness. I mean to say, how could that be a procedure? I am a sixth semester physics honor student. From childhood, I want to become a theoretical physicist and do research in mathematical physics, but I'm very bad in experiments. I understand. I understand that. But Muhammad, I don't know, I think you are listening to me. Are you from India? There is no procedure, right? And don't feel bad about that. Because the moment a person or a tutorial center gives you a procedure, that is wrong. My dear Muhammad, these things comes through years of practice, years of hard practice. It cannot come with a procedure like this. You are given and it is a magic wand and things will start. No, just years of practice. You have to be patient. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in God that it's going to come. But how can you expect a procedure or a magic or a capsule which will teach you? No. And if it teaches today, tomorrow another problem is going to confuse you. You got my point? So what I'm trying to tell is that it will become an intuitive knowing. Yes, you see, that is why I love this person so much. And I would request you to contact me once in WhatsApp because I have never seen you, His Highness. So he is telling that it becomes an intuitive knowing. I will tell you a classic example, Muhammad. Believe me, this is personal. I remember in class 8 and 9, I was struggling with a theorem to prove. And as I told you, my father is from IIT Kanpur. He has done metallurgical research into Homi Bhabha Atomic Research Center. So I remember that father was going to office and he was shaving. And I was telling Baba told me that you tell me your problem. I told that this line, this perpendicular, then there is an angle. And while shaving, I still remember my father was telling, so now you drop a perpendicular. So what is the angle forming? Now you see the angle and he solved it while shaving. Right? It is not that he closed his eyes, etc. Then many years later, and still now when I go to my father, he is not well, I mean to say congestion, etc. I always ask my father that how do you solve those problems? How do you give me a theorem without even looking at the problem? My father still used to say that you really don't look at the problem. What His Highness has told, he still tells me that you develop an eye. What he told, this one I will highlight. My father still says that you develop an intuitive understanding. You see, and I intuitively think that this song is from that song or something like that. Are you getting my point, Mohammed? If you're listening to me, please respond. So there is no procedure, and there is something which this person tells, an intuitive knowing. That means looking at the problem, the sums, you develop an eye that, okay, so if I draw the left hand side and differentiate the top and get zero and then divide, things are going to be okay. And this intuitiveness is the asset which no procedure or no shortcut can give you. And this requires dedication, practice, and patience. I very well agree to what he said. Intuitive knowing, my father still says that you develop an eye, and that eye sees the problem which nobody else can see. You got my point. So in order to say, for example, a doctor is intuitive without even touching your belly, etc. It is, oh, so the pain is on that side. That's it, gives a kind of a prescription. That is intuitiveness. So mathematics is something very intuitive, and that is why it is philosophical. Tanish was asking, sir, can I do physics with philosophy? I told yes. If it is not has been intuitive, as His Highness has told, then it would have become a science. If mathematics would have been not intuitive, it would have been a science. And that is why it is a philosophy in the higher end. Even physics. It is not a science in that sense, mathematics, real analysis. It is a big philosophy. And why it is philosophy? Because it comes intuitively. Now, Descartes was sitting there and he thought, cogito ergo sum. And he thought, I think, therefore I am. Do you think that mathematics helped him? No, it is intuitive. He was sitting on a cold day in a barn where it is very cold, and the queen told Descartes that you have to go to the war. And that is the moment, just thinking, he told, cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. And that is intuitiveness. That intuitiveness gives rise to physics. And that physics is not physics. It is philosophy. Mathematics also is a philosophy. I hope you will understand one day. And I'm striving towards that enlightenment that is philosophy. Saubhagya Maiti, sir, I am from Kolkata, done my MSc in Applied Mathematics, Shipur. I want to do research in Cosmos. There is an excellent book of Tensors through Linear Algebra. Saubhagya, I really don't remember now, but if I go through my my laptop, I will be able to do. Can you please suggest some books of Tensor through Linear Algebra? You have to give me time. Contact me in my WhatsApp 98302196777 or write to me in email. I will suggest you. I need to look through it. I think there is a book. Sir, what is your opinion about becoming polymath like Newton? No, I really don't have any opinion. Newton was Newton. You will be you. Don't try to imitate that you will become a polymath. But you cannot become a polymath. It will slowly come. Yes, like Einstein in the elevator on a train. So polymath means somebody who knows multiple disciplines of mathematics. And if you know that it is, why are you comparing you with Newton? I'm to say, not to degrade you or anything, but let Newton be Newton. It was 600 years back. Now we are in an artificial intelligence era. So we have to take up a lot of new things, which was not during the time of Newton. So let Newton be Newton. Let him be him. Let us follow his laws of mechanics. But we can develop and we can do whatever we do, right? Okay, so it was good. I think it is just like a family, and I tried to clear a lot of doubts. Mohammed Bilal, I hope you understand. Ritam, please follow my advice. Karan, you're always there. Durgadas, yes, I will try to bring Soumitra sir again. Success boys, you never told me your name, so. And Prashant, the first person, I hope you help. Only one thing, try to understand, and this is very crucial. With this, I will end today's live streaming. See, I came across many brilliant teachers in my life. I'm going to say, I hope I'm alive for a few more years to contribute. I came across brilliant people, brilliant physicists whom I consider fortunate enough to sit down and attend their lectures in Bangalore and other countries, etc. But okay, my WhatsApp is this one. Okay, so but the thing is that but one thing I have seen that really makes a good teacher or a good, I mean to say, physicist, etc., which is different. You know what is that? It is not the way of your teaching. It is not how good you score in marks, how you invent, etc. I will be very honest with you. I have attended many. Last year also, when the COVID went out, I went and I attended very good lectures, etc. Fortunate enough with those podcasts with very good people, and thanks to you all subscribers. But one thing I have seen is that whatever, like Durgadas, Saubhagya, young people you are studying, etc., please take my advice as an old person. I won't give you bad advices. Is that whatever you do in your life, if you're a YouTube creator, if you're a physicist, mathematician, lecturer, teacher, remember one thing: in today's world, in today's internet world, everything can be simulated or everything can be found through internet. Are you getting my point? Every single thing, either way or other, we can find or generate through AI, etc. My only advice, what I give today, I don't know how it will be, my health, again, I will come online. But still do remember this: try to be original. Try to be original as less as you can. If it is this much also, try to produce something which is original. Even if it is a lecture, I give you the example of one great person, Professor Leonard Susskind. I can bet you, I won't take names, you will be very unhappy with me and you will start shouting on me. I know very good physicists and very good teachers, but still their lectures, some way or the other, the elements can be replicated, can be duplicated, can be reproduced. But I found this person, Leonard Susskind's lecture, is something which cannot be replicated or duplicated. The moment you try to replicate or duplicate something, you are making a mistake. Say, for example, today Tanishq is delivering a simple lecture on Newton's first law of motion. And I request Tanishq to develop that simple module, Newton's first law of motion, in such a way that you repeat the same thing what Newton has told in Principia Mathematica. Nothing new. But the delivery is such that the moment Shaunak tries to imitate Tanishq or Saubhagya, Shaunak won't be able to do that. And that is the success of Tanishq. That is the success of Saubhagya. So even if you are teaching basic level mathematics, equations, Newton's laws of motions, try to be original. Try to develop the notes, the speech, the video, the method in such a way that it is only you and you who can deliver it. See, you won't invent another law of motion, but the interpretation, the example and the delivery should be such that after your class, if people tries to search that thing over the internet, they won't be able to find. And that is only possible in Saubhagya Maiti's class or in Tanishq's class or in Muhammad Bilal's class. This is my last and final advice to you. Please, whatever you are doing, first do a research and try to comprehend in your brain that am I doing something original? I am teaching Newton's first law only, which 1 million people have taught me before that. But can I devise a lesson plan which is 1,000,001? And that 1,000,001 is only and only me. Otherwise, I will tell you, you will be replaced anytime by any good teacher, any good mathematician, any good physicist. Because remember, we are always at risk that we are not teaching anything new. There is a Bible quotation, there is nothing has been new and no new thing hath been under the sun. I don't remember that Bible line. Things that hath been, it is that which shall be, and there is no new thing under the sun. So that is the thing. You're not a philosopher, you're a mathematician. You are replicating and duplicating all those things. But why don't you do that in such a way that nobody can replace you? Your method, your way, your examples, your voice, everything should be such that nobody can replace you. Only Saubhagya Maiti's class can deliver that. And it is only true with Saubhagya Maiti. So that was my advice. I mean to say, try to be original. Don't think that I am just teaching mathematics class 10. I am just teaching Newtonian physics. How will I go to teach relativity? It is such a long way. No. Walter Levy, another big example. Do you know Walter Levy? You have seen his videos on YouTube, right? So, whatever you do, do less, but do with quality and do with originality. So that nobody can replace you. Nobody can replace you. Otherwise, in the coming age of the way Gemini and Bard are, is they are going ahead, you will be replaced, my dear. This is a bad news for all of us. This is Walter Levy's lecture. If you have not heard, I would request Tanishq to look into it. Thanks, sir, for your previous words. Thank you. Oh, Manika, how are you? What is the mathematical proof that the speed of light is the highest speed where I can have it? I will talk to that later. These things will come. I mean to say, these are just pretty mathematical things, so we can talk that. Sir, I am learning here what I have learned. I am learning here what I have not learned in my university studies. Anyway, good, 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 very good. So, bye to all of you. Becoming unique, yes. Whatever you do, I mean to say, right from your age, is try to do very less thing, but with a very original way. It can be delivery, it can be experiment, it can be drawing, but remember that it has to be something which can be delivered only by you, and it cannot be replicated. All things around the world are getting replicated and duplicated, and you are doing something, seeing that I am copying, seeing that somebody is copying. That is how it rolls on. But can we do something which cannot be replaced? I also try to do those things in my video. Very old videos of topology, people say that I'm getting a good marks after looking to your video on PhD in topology, etc. I feel so happy. That means at least one person or two person or three people have got benefited from my video, whatever be the way. Some people say that I cannot speak English. I take it as a good criticism. I need to improve on that. So that's it. I mean to say, so this video is recorded. Definitely, you will find it there in my YouTube channel, right? It is all going live, so you can find it there. Sir, how can be this thing be achieved? Yeah, that is a big question. For that, again, maybe tomorrow I will try to come online. See, my dear Tanishq, the thing is that it is a long life. I mean to say, it's a long way to go, and it is a very short life. Make use of every minute, every second. Do not waste anything. Vimallo Mukhopadhyay, sir, can you please give an information of a book which gives details history of the progression of physics from Aristotle to modern classical mechanics? Yes, I can give. Not Aristotle to, just hold on. This guy has again helped me to get an interest. Just be there, right? Don't leave. I will tell you. Do I talk too much? Some people say that I talk too much. What is your opinion, all of you? uh, uh, this book, history. Wait. Acha, can I share my screen? Who was asking this question? Devmalo. Okay, let's just wait. Let me see if I can share my screen. Share screen, right? Acha, can you see this, Demallo? I can give you this book, Mathematics from the Birth of Numbers. This is a good book. Okay, let me zoom it. This is a good book. It is a 1110 pages. This part will be good in terms of mathematics. So some part of physics will always come. So it starts with numbers of language and it goes up to differential equations. And it's a very good book. You can see those diagrams, etc. For physics, I will search it and let you know. See, all those people, please email me. How will I remember? Come on. Again, I have to go to my college, sit with those 3 dissertation PhD papers. Please email me, right? Right. Demallo, please email me. What are your issues? What are your questions? Email me, WhatsApp me. I don't remember. So Aristotle to modern mechanics, I think I can find out, but this history, mathematics is good. You can find it out. Sir, please give me some tip for class 12th ISC board. I just joined live stream. Sorry to be. Uh, what tips you want, Aman Chaurasia? Class 12th is too easy. Come on. You really don't need any tips. It's quite easy. Right. Be confident, stick to your basics. Don't wake up late till night before giving the examination. Eat healthy, drink a lot of water. Things will be okay. Yeah, that is true. Rudra is a very serious person. Pay no attention to accent. Everyone has. Yeah, I know that I'm an Indian. How can I have an accent like Tom Cruise? I'm happy with that. Doesn't matter as long as I can. Right. So Aman, wishing you all the best. Let us all wish Aman a very, I would say, best wishes for his class 12. Remember, Aman, that you are the best. Whatever you do will be good. Just don't strain yourself. Drink a lot of water. Go to sleep early. Don't take too much of phone calls. Okay. Go on speaking to your girlfriend if you feel okay. Just joking. Make yourself happy and just stick to your math basics. Nothing to worry about. Class 12th is just nothing to worry about. You will really do good. Just don't strain yourself. That's it. Okay, chalo, take care, everybody. I will be back with few more videos. It was very interesting to listen. Thank you for motivating us and for guiding. Yeah, I will always be there. I will always motivate you. Don't worry. So I mean to say, whatever you are doing, we are all doing. We are on the God's path and we are going right away. The life is too short. We have very less days. Let us not waste time. Let us concentrate hard on what we are doing. Let us be original. Let us be happy. Let us thank God, atheist and non-atheist. I mean to say that He has given us. We thank Thee for the Lord, the air that we breathe. You know the famous song of Jim Reeves. I don't know how many of you have heard Jim Reeves. So like Kung Fu, yeah, it may take a lifetime to master one. Yeah, see what he is telling. It may take a lifetime to master one area of expertise. The YouTube Shorts was telling that Bruce Lee used to practice 110 times one punch. And somebody asked that, Bruce Lee, tell me what fears you. And Bruce Lee told that I really don't fear that a person knows 120 punches. I don't fear. But what I fear is that if that person practices one punch 120 times, you see the difference. That is it, what he is telling. I'm currently pursuing my MSc Physics from Lucknow University. That is birthplace. My father belongs to that. What can I do? Sometimes I get frustrated about my career. So virus classes, I don't know your name. If you feel frustrated, the first thing that you need to do is to WhatsApp me and talk to me. I will show you the right way. Don't feel frustrated. People don't have eyes, ears, they cannot see, they're dumb, they have got physical ailments, they have got physical problems. They do wonderful mathematics. I mean to say, what is the problem with you? Come on. We are privileged that we are sitting here, the fan is going on, the summer is coming, but still we are doing mathematics. You think of me a few days back, I never tell those things to you. You will feel that Shaunak sir is telling great things about himself. You know the pain I had when I was doing this Narayana sir's Roy Chaudhary equation podcast. You really don't know. I never told. I was totally, hazy on my left eye. I really cannot go through the writings. Very hard to do. But only my wife told that you should not miss the podcast. Please go ahead. And doctor was giving hourly predford, that is what you call a steroid drop. Such was my eye condition. I was calling Narayan sir that I will drop sir today's postcard because it was such a pain. My wife told me, please do not, hang up to that. Sir, आपका favorite scientist कौन है? A lot. I think you are my favorite scientist, Tanishq, because you're growing up to be a good scientist, right? So, what is the problem? I mean to say, how do you get frustrated? And believe me, I mean to say, it was only my wife. She motivated me to conduct that podcast. Huge pain. This entire left eye. It was red. These areas were swelling. This part. I took 650 Calpol thrice on that day. Still, I am living. Nothing has happened. God is great. Okay. So when you feel frustrated, who was that? Virus classes. You feel that you are privileged. There are many other people who don't have a pen to buy. I have gone there. I have seen people in villages. They take one simple sheet, try to draw the equations, rub it with an eraser, and again do it. Here, we scratch one and throw it away and get a new fresh page. We are fortunate enough. We are privileged enough. Let us thank God. Let us thank the Almighty that He has given that. What is the problem? Why are you frustrated? There's no question of frustration. If you love physics, that is the biggest lover, your girlfriend, somebody whom you can walk, dance, kiss, and stay at night. The biggest girlfriend is ours, physics and mathematics. How does it matter? You know, our society need result there. Yeah, thought. I am from village. I'm just surviving that teaching. Yeah. Contact me later. I will try to do my best virus classes. Anyway, chalo, take care, all of you. I hope to be back again. It was a very good evening. Thanks to you for asking me such questions. I hope I can contribute a little bit, and I will continue contributing that through my videos and whatever the service that I can do physically, also going to different places around India to help people and do my best. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wishing you all the best. Keep healthy, stay healthy, and concentrate and do something different. Right? Thank you. Thank you, Aman. Thank you, Tanishq. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Love from Lucknow. Where are you from, Lucknow? Is it from old Lucknow, Risal Darbagh, or where are you from? Because I have been from Lucknow. Yeah, Lucknow, the love for Urdu. Thank you for being a good shepherd. Thank you, His Highness.